I'm off to Cincinnati to go buy some 70 yellow perch at $5.99 each from Jones Lake and Pond Management. They got some left over from the fall hatch, and I'm buying what's left right there in the center of the screen. That's the perch. They won't raise anymore until they next fall. Well, this fall.
A lot of fish in here.
It's a seasonal fish, just like a walleye. They raise them a certain time of year. There's bluegill on the left. There's the bluegill, yellow perch.
There's the yellow perch right there.
They've got some bass, striped and largemouth bass, smallmouth, catfish, carp, goldfish, shiners, shad. There's the ponds they raise them in. I walked around, looked in some of them. They're full of fish also. They're not very deep, but they're full. Pretty neat place. Never been to a fish hatchery before. It's 77 miles from my driveway. Hour-and-a-half drive. Fish road all right. None of them died. I was expecting some to die, but surprised me. None of them was even close to being dead. Got them all in bags. Got one right here. 70 yellow perch, 5 to 7 inches long. I think it's 450 bucks. Got an hour and 20-minute drive home. This is Cincinnati, Ohio. Made it back from the fish hatchery. Jones Fish and Lake Management. And took an hour and a half to get back home. They guarantee them for 3 hours. Here's one bag. I got some small ones and big ones in there. It's kind of expensive. It's $5.99 a fish. I got 70 of them. I double bagged them and shot it full of oxygen. I'm gonna drop them in over here at this back end where there's a lot of brush and grass. Hopefully my bass in here don't eat them up, but I'm gonna put them over here for now. Let them float around here. Let the water in the bag get to the same temperature as the pond water. The pond water is really cold. Looks like they all made it. I don't see no dead ones in there floating around, so that's good. Better watch these bags. They don't float off on me. That way I don't want to have to go out there in the boat and fetch for them. So let them set down there for a while like that. Probably half an hour. I'd make 2 hours time they spent in the bag, and like I said, they guarantee them for 3, so plenty of time. Come back in about half an hour and see what it looks like. That water's cold. Put a few big ones in there. That looks like they all lived. Well, that's about it. All 70 of them survived the car ride. They look pretty lively still. There's one set right there. Yeah, they're moving slow, but there's two of them sitting there. There's another one. Jet's water is really cold too. I threw them out there in a deeper hole. They're swimming down to the bottom, so. They picked me out some bigger ones also. They sell them. They've sold them to me from 5 to 7 inches, what it was listed on their computer. But the guy gave me some big ones out of that tank. It was their stock from their fall production, what was left over. And once it runs out, that's it until next fall. I guess it's a seasonal fish that they raise, like walleye. But I wanted to get some started in here. Reading online, they spawn around March and April, so I wanted to get some started. There's another one. I hope my bass don't eat them. That's why I put them back here in the shallow end. There's a lot of brush and stuff in here they can hide. Grass. And this hole right here is pretty deep too, so I wouldn't say it's over my head deep, but it's a good spot for them to start out for now. Then they'll probably, if they survive, they'll venture to the deep end. But 70 of them cost $452.01 with tax. And they guarantee them up to 3 hours in the car, which I got here in an hour and a half. That's about how far I live away from Cincinnati, Ohio. They dump them and they count them out in a 5-gallon bucket. Then I'll put that bag over the bucket and dump them in and take all the air out of it. Then they got their own oxygen that they shoot in that bag. It's pretty neat fish station they got there. They have all different sorts of fish. I've seen a bunch of them goldfish that they put in ponds, little garden ponds, koi fish I think they're called. Catfish, striped bass, smallmouth bass, bluegill, black crappie, all sorts of different minnows to fish with and feeder fish. But I hope they take off. It is January 10th or 11th today, I'm not sure, but so hopefully about March, April, these fish produce eggs, and I don't know how old they gotta be, but they're probably still too young yet, but I don't know. But thanks for watching. Catch yous later.